Hi, I'm Tanya Steele from Epicurious.com, and you're watching Around the World in 80 Dishes. Today we're making Peruvian snapper ceviche with Chef Michael Granero of the CIA. Michael, thank you so much for coming here and showing me how to do this. It's a South American dish, but Peru is really kind of the epicenter of ceviche. Is that correct?
Yes, it is. Very popular in many Latin countries, but especially in Peru, they have different varieties throughout the country, different versions. And actually, we have the recipe here we can make with the red snapper, but you can make with many other types of fish too.
You can? Can you make it with sea bass and other things?
Yeah, sea bass, snapper, grouper, monkfish, shrimp.
Whenever you buy fish for this recipe, you need to go into a fishmonger, right, and or a good quality place that sells fish, and ask for sushi grade. Is that correct?
Sushi grade, or the freshest fish possible.
Okay.
Something very clear, very translucent.
Okay, so you're looking for fish that essentially is fairly meaty. Is that correct?
Yes, meaty, has firm texture and very translucent, like this fish is right here, the snapper.
Now, how would you cut something like this? I've never cut a big piece of fish like this.
A little fish like this, I'd take and cut them in strips like this. Try to cut them fairly consistently. And then turn them 90 degrees and make some thin slices.
Oh,
thin slice like this.
So you're looking for slices that about an inch?
About an inch square and fair, maybe an eighth of an inch thick.
Okay.
Slices that are very, that have a lot of surface area but some texture too. You can either dice it or thinly slice it. Either way, it's going to be a lot of surface area exposed. But when you slice like this, it has a little bit more texture. And again, and this fish is unusual because this process is unusual because it's really cooked with lime juice or citrus.
And actually, that's an interesting point. Is that this is actually a process of marinating, and the acid is doing what to the fish exactly?
Basically kind of coagulates the protein, which solidifies it, and it gives it some more texture, almost like a poached fish, like a lightly poached fish.
Oh, interesting. So once you've cut the fish, then what do you do next?
You put the fish in the bowl, and then I'll put into the fish some, make a little like a vinaigrette with some oil and vinegar, and if you wouldn't mind squeezing some limes.
Sure.
And the best way to do this is take the limes and kind of run them on the cutting board and make them a little, soften them up a little bit, the pulp on the inside, and then take the reamer, of course, and put it inside there and twist it so you get a lot of contact with the
and give it a really good hard squeeze, right?
Yeah.
Don't be gentle. Limes like to be beat up, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
And I'll put a little garlic in here, some jalapeno peppers.
Now the jalapeno is kind of crucial, especially with Peruvian ceviche, right? It gives it a real bite to it.
Yeah, and they actually make different versions of it in Peru, and they have different types of peppers they use around the country. But all ceviches are made with a little bit of heat.
Oh, I see.
I'll put some salt in this, and some pepper, and then whisk in some olive oil.
Is that just regular extra virgin?
Extra virgin olive oil, yeah, very good. And I'll put the fish into this vinaigrette here.
Okay. Should we add the rest of the lime juice?
Yeah, some more lime juice on top.
Yep. So it's the lime juice. It's the acid that's really cooking and breaking down the fish.
Exactly. That's exactly what happened. They toss it together, and then this will sit.
How long does it sit for?
About 8 hours.
In the fridge?
Yep.
Okay.
Refrigerate, let it sit for 8 hours, and you can see almost right away the outside of the meat or the fish is beginning to change colors, becomes white. Very, it's going to be very slow to begin the process. And then we'll serve this on a platter, and we have some components like some onions, cilantro, tomatoes, and scallions we use to decorate the plate.
All right, so I'm going to get the one that we've got in here that's been in here for 8 hours. I'll stick this guy in so we can cook him. Oh, wow, so it's really white.
This was sat for about maybe 8 hours, eight and a half hours or so.
So let's go ahead and plate it up.
Put some cilantro into this.
Is cilantro a very indigenous South American herb used in South American cooking?
In many Latin countries, yes. In South American, Latin countries, also in very popular in Asian cuisine. So put some of this on the plate. And usually portions of this are usually appetizer portions, not real large, but very small, petite, but again very flavorful. We got some red onions we'll put on here.
And these are traditional garnishes in Peru?
Yeah. Some onions here. Some tomatoes. And some green onions.
Wow, that looks beautiful.
Very colorful, very contrasting flavors, kind of spicy, kind of savory, and very, very fresh too.
And very refreshing and great for a summer's day, right?
It is, yes.
Can I taste it?
Yeah, please.
God, it's so delicate and subtle and gentle. Well, Chef, thank you so much for showing me how to make Peruvian ceviche snapper. It's just, what a wonderful thing to know how to make.
You're very welcome, Tanya.
Thank
Very
you.
welcome.